Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is me Mehtaba Manwala and I welcome to all of you in my show, the Chit and Chat show, where we will learn a lot of things. And as you know that on daily basis we will do interview, and when we will do interview, so we have a very special guest in our studio. So today I have a very special guest in my studio. I have invited Santa in my show, that is the waiter of Call Any, and today we are going to discuss and topic with Santa on the new topic, and the topic of our interview is going to be I'm fine, the truth behind a common answer. Let's start this interview with meet and greet session with Santa. So hello Santa, how are you doing today, and kindly introduce yourself.
Ho ho how alaikum assalam Maidaba. Santa Claus here, reporting live from the North Pole where the snow is deep, the reindeer are ready and the cookies are disappearing faster than you can say jingle bells. I'm the jolly old fellow who's been delivering joy, laughter, and presents to children and adults around the world for centuries. My job's spreading holiday cheer, listening to wish lists and making sure everyone feels the magic of the season. I'm doing wonderfully today, my sleigh's been polished, the elves are busy and my belly's as round as ever from all those tasty treats. Ready to unwrap some fun questions, Mataba. Ho ho ho.
Thank you so much for being so excited. So I am very excited too. And first of all, we are going to discuss the surface of I'm fine. That is the topic. So yeah, now first of all, explain me that. First of all, that I told you that you have to give me answers briefly of what I have asked you. Like 2 to 3 minutes, you have to give one question. So uh, I will learn a lot from that answer. So yeah, first of all, explain me that why do people say I'm fine when they are not?
Ho 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 Greek question, Mataba. People saying I'm fine when they're not is like putting a shiny bow on a gift that's a little empty inside. Sometimes folks say to keep things simple, avoid worrying others, or because they're not ready to share their true feelings, kind of like Santa hiding the surprise inside the gift box. It's a way to protect themselves or keep the conversation light. But remember, even Santa knows that it's okay to say I'm not fine because that's how we get the help and hugs we need. So next time you hear I'm fine, maybe look a little closer, there might be a story waiting to be told. Ho ho ho.
Okay, as I have asked you, you have to give me answers briefly. So kindly give me answers briefly, maximum 1 and 1.5 minute. Okay. So now explain me that what does I am fine actually mean in different situations, and how often do you say I am fine and not mean it?
Ho 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 got it, Mataba, short and sweet like a candy king. I'm fine can mean different things. Sometimes it's truly feeling good. Sometimes it's a polite way to avoid sharing problems, and other times it's a shield to hide sadness. People say to keep things simple or protect themselves. As for me, Santa, ho ho hoy say I'm fine when I'm busy checking my list twice, but if the reindeer are tired I might say just to keep spirits bright. How about you, Mataba? Ever say I'm fine when you're really not? Ho ho ho.
Sometimes, because sometimes you have to hide your feelings. Sometimes you are just mentally and some type of disturbed in your mind. So we are human and it is normal to do with us. So yeah, it is fine according to me also that if you are not fine and you are pretending to be fine in the front of someone, so it is good maybe because you have to hide your feelings. Something is personal too, that is just mandatory to you and to your presence, just no one other knows. So according to me it is good too. But yeah, but if you are feeling very and very emotional, so my suggestion is to share it with someone. So you will share your dukh, and you will share your the bad thing with other one, so you will feel like good. So yeah, according to me, that is the answer. So yeah, now explain me that what's the difference between I am fine and I am okay?
Ho 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 Mataba, you've got the heart of a wise elf. Now about I'm fine versus I'm okay, here's the quick scoop. I'm fine often sounds a bit more positive or polite, like saying all's well in the North Pole. It can mean things are good or you're just keeping things light. I'm okay is a bit more honest, like saying I'm hanging in there, maybe not perfect, but managing. It shows you might have some ups and downs, but you're still standing strong, like a reindeer in a snowstorm. So fine is the shiny wrapping and okay is the gift inside, sometimes a little rough but real. Ho ho ha ha, do you usually say Mataba? Fine or okay?
Now explain me that. When was the last time someone said, I am fine, and you know they were not?
Ho ho ho, Mataba, that's a question even Santa King relate to. Just last week, one of my elves said I'm fine, but I caught a glimpse of his tangled toy making mess and a frown hiding under that cheerful smile. Turns out he was stressed about finishing gifts on time. People often say I'm fine to keep things merry and bright, even when their tinsel is a little tangled. It's like when I say the sleigh is ready but I'm secretly double-checking the reindeer's harnesses. Have you ever caught someone saying I'm fine when you knew they weren't? Ho ho ho.
Yeah, I have feel that type of feeling, and yeah, some it is common now because everyone's have their own advantages, own feelings, on uh, everything on. So they hesitate basically to share with someone, with me too, with other people too. So it is okay if we can't, can't talk about very much that what you are, how you are, why you are not speaking, because it is personal. So I think so it has to be personal to the man. But if the person shares with you, you have an responsibility to overcome the issue and give stand out to the person who is feeling not very well and not feeling very good in emotions, according to me. Yeah, now explain me that why to avoid being honest about our emotions, and how can tone change the meaning of I'm fine.
Ho ho ho, Mataba, you're asking the deep stuff like why do people sometimes avoid being honest about their feelings? Well, sometimes folks hide their true emotions because they're afraid of being judged, misunderstood, or feeling vulnerable like a snowman worried about melting. It's easier to say I'm fine than to explain a complicated tangle of feelings. Now about an applit ho ho ho. That's a tricky one. If you don't apply yourself, like not putting on your elf hat properly, nothing gets done. But if you avoid being honest, it's like putting a bow on an empty box, the meaning gets lost or misunderstood. Being honest helps unwrap the real gift inside, your true feelings. So don't be afraid to share. Even Santa loves a good heart-to-heart by the fire. Ho ho ha ha, do you think Mataba?
Yes, you're right. And now explain me that why emotions do people usually hide behind I'm fine, and why do people find it hard to open up?
Ho ho ho, Mataba. You're asking the big questions, just like when Rudolph wonders why he's the only reindeer with a glowing nose. People hide behind I'm fine because it's a cozy shield, like a warm scarf on a chilly night. They might fear being judged, feeling weak, or just don't want to burden others with their troubles. Sometimes it's easier to wear a smile than to share a heavy heart. As for why it's hard to open up, well, trust is like a snowflake, delicate and takes time to form. People need to feel safe and understood before they can share their true feelings. Opening up is like letting Santa peek at your wish list. It requires trust and a little courage. So be patient and kind, Mataba. Sometimes just listening is the best gift you can give. Ho ho ho.
Yeah, you are right. Listening is the biggest gift to someone who likes to speak. And yeah, because sometimes people want to ask something and we don't listen. That is the, like, misunderstanding between the peoples who are trying to asking something and trying who are not trying to hear that problem and hear. So it is a big misunderstanding, and we have to hear the issues of the other peoples, what they have to say. This is according to me, and me I be wrong, but according to me that is the correct. Now explain me that is I am fine a form of emotional protection, and how does fear of judgment make people hide their feelings?
Ho ho ho, Mataba, you're wrapping up the truth like a perfect Christmas present. I'm fine can be a cozy shield, emotional protection. It's like putting up a snow fence to keep the cold wind out. People say to guard their feelings from getting hurt or exposed. Now the fear of judgment is a sneaky Grinch. It makes folks worry they'll be misunderstood, laughed at, or seen as weak. So they hide their feelings behind I'm fine, hoping to stay safe in their own little snow globe. But remember, Mataba, even Santa knows that sharing feelings is the best way to melt that fear and bring warmth back into the heart. Ho ho ho, ready for another question or want to share your own I'm fine story?
Yeah, sure. Now explain me that. Do people say I'm fine to avoid being a burden, and how do past experiences affect emotional openness?
Ho ho ho, spot on, Mataba. People often say I'm fine to avoid being a burden, like not wanting to add extra weight to Santa's sleigh. They don't want others to worry or feel responsible for their troubles. Past experiences are like the ornaments on a Christmas tree, some shiny and bright, others a bit broken. If someone's been hurt or ignored before, they might build up walls and hide feelings to protect their heart. It's like learning to keep secrets in the workshop. So those past moments shape how open people are today. But with kindness and trust, those walls can come down, and real sharing can begin. Ho ho, how hat's your take, Mataba? Have past experiences ever made you say I'm fine when you weren't?
Yeah, sometimes. Now explain me that. Why is it easier to take fake a smile than to explain what's wrong, and what role does pride play in emotional setting?
Ho ho ho, Mataba, you've hit the nail on the gingerbread house. It's easier to fake a smile because it's like putting on a Santa hat, quick, simple, and keeps things jolly. Explaining what's wrong takes time, courage, and sometimes a little messy emotion, like untangling Christmas lights. Now pride is a tricky little elf. It makes people want to look strong and in control even when they're feeling like a wobbly snowman. Pride Kings say I don't need help or I can handle this on my own, so feelings get tucked away like secret presents under the tree. But remember, Mataba, even the strongest reindeer need a rest sometimes. Sharing feelings isn't weakness, it's the bravest gift you can give. Ho ho ho, ready for more holiday wisdom?
Sure. Now explain me that. Can I am fine become a habit of avoidance, and how do vulnerability feel like weakness of some people?
Ho ho ho, Mataba, I'm fine can definitely become a habit of avoidance, like reaching for the same cookie every time instead of trying a new treat. When people say it too often, they might be dodging the real feelings, like hiding behind a snowman's carrot nose. Now vulnerability, that's the real holiday magic. For some it feels like the sweetness of warm cocoa on a frosty night. It's about letting your guard down and sharing your true self even if it's a little scary. It brings connection, like gathering round the fire with friends and family. So, while I'm fine can be a comfy habit, opening up to vulnerability is like unwrapping the best gift of all, true understanding and closeness. Ho ho, how hat's your favorite sweet moment of vulnerability, Mataba?
Now explain me that. We are going to discuss the psychology behind it. So now explain me that. What happens mentally when someone suppress emotions, and how does constant "I'm fine" lead to burnout?
Ho ho ho, Mataba, you're diving into the deep snowdrifts of psychology, nice and thoughtful. When someone suppresses emotions, it's like stuffing too many presents into a tiny sleigh. Eventually it gets overloaded. Mentally, those hidden feelings pile up, causing stress, anxiety, and sometimes even sadness. It's like trying to keep a snowball from melting. It needs to be let out or it turns into a puddle. Now, saying I'm fine all the time without really feeling it, that's a recipe for burnout. It's like Santa trying to deliver gifts without any cookies or milk, exhausting and not very fun. The constant pretending drains energy and makes the heart feel heavy. So, Mataba, it's okay to say I'm not fine and take a break. Even Santa needs a nap after the big night. Ho ho, how want to unwrap more of these mental mysteries?
Yeah, sure. Now explain me that. What's the connection between emotional denial and anxiety, and why do humans struggle to process uncomfortable things?
Ho ho ho, Mataba, you're asking about the tricky dance between emotions and anxiety, like reindeer trying to tango on ice. Emotional dysregulation, that's a fancy term for when feelings get all jumbled like tangled Christmas lights. When emotions run wild or get out of control, it can stir up anxiety, making the heart race faster than Rudolph on Christmas Eve. Humans struggle with uncomfortable things because our brains are wired to avoid pain and seek pleasure, kind of like elves avoiding coal in their stockings. Facing tough feelings can feel scary, like stepping into a blizzard without a coat. But here's the secret. Learning to sit with discomfort helps us grow stronger, like a Christmas tree growing tall and sturdy. It's not easy, but it's the gift that keeps on giving. Ho ho, how hat's your favorite way to handle those frosty feelings, Mataba?
Now explain me that can pretending to be fine actually make you feel worse, and how does emotional repression affect mental health long term?
Ho 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 mate, but pretending to be fine when you're not is like wrapping an empty box with shiny paper. Looks good on the outside, but inside, it's hollow and lonely. When you hide your true feelings, it's like Santa's sleigh overloaded with toys but no room for rest. Your mind gets tired and stressed. Emotional repression is like stuffing snow into your boots. Eventually, it gets cold and uncomfortable inside. Long-term, keeping those feelings locked up can lead to anxiety, depression, and even physical health problems. It's like forgetting to feed the reindeer; they won't run smoothly without care. So remember, sharing your feelings is the best way to keep your heart jolly and bright. Ho ho ho, ready for another festive fact, Mataba.
Yes, now explain me that what's the link between I'm fine and perfectionism, and do childhood experience shape how we hide emotions?
Ho 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 Mataba, you're unwrapping some big gifts today. Saying I'm fine often ties into perfectionism, like trying to build the perfect gingerbread house without a single crumb out of place. People who want everything just right might hide their feelings to avoid showing any imperfections. They want to look strong and in control, just like Santa's workshop running smoothly. Now, childhood experiences. Oh, they're like the roots of the Christmas tree. If as kids we learned that showing feelings meant trouble or disappointment, we might grow up hiding emotions to stay safe. It's like learning to sneak cookies without getting caught. So, Mataba, your past shapes how you handle feelings today, but remember, even the tallest tree started as a tiny seed.
Now,
Ho ho ho, hat's your favorite childhood.
now
Ho ho
explain
ho, now.
me that why do people feel shame around expressing sadness or anger, and how does trauma teach people to say I'm fine automatically?
Ho 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 Metabit, you're asking about the sneaky Grinches called shame and trauma. People feel shame around sadness or anger because those feelings can make them feel like they've spilled hot cocoa on the nice carpet, embarrassed and messy. Society sometimes tells us to be strong or stay cheerful, so showing tough feelings feels like breaking the holiday spirit. Now trauma is like a big, scary snowstorm that teaches people to say I'm fine automatically, like a reflex. It's a way to protect themselves from more hurt, like putting on a thick winter coat to block the cold wind. But remember, Mataba, even the coldest winter melts with a little warmth and understanding. Ho ho ho, ready to unwrap more emotional gifts?
Yeah, sure. Now explain me that how can we create safe spaces for people to be honest, and what can you say instead of I'm fine?
Ho 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 Mataba, creating safe spaces for people to be honest about their feelings is like building a cozy fireplace on a snowy night, warm, welcoming and full of light. To make these spaces we need kindness, patience and no judgment, like Santa's workshop where every elf is valued. Listening without interrupting, showing you care and saying things like I'm here for you or take your time helps people feel safe to share. Instead of I'm fine, try saying things like I'm hanging in there. It's been a tough day. I could use some support. Thanks for asking, I appreciate it. These little phrases are like opening the gift of real connection. Ho ho, how hat's your favorite way to say how you really feel, Mataba?
It's good. And now explain me that how can we tell when someone's not really okay, and why do people downplay their struggles to friend?
Ho 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 Mataba, spotting when someone's not really okay is like noticing a reindeer with a limp. Sometimes the signs are subtle but important. People might downplay their struggles because they don't want to be a Grinch or burden others, like hiding a cracked ornament so no one worries. Sometimes they fear being judged or feel embarrassed, so they say I'm fine even when they're not. Look for little clues. Quieter than usual, avoiding eye contact or missing their usual sparkle. And remember, just asking, are you really okay? With a warm smile can open the door to honesty. Ho ho ho, have you ever caught a friend pretending to be fine, Mataba?
Yeah. Now explain me that how can empathy break the I'm fine barrier, and how can we help someone open up emotionally?
Ho 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 Mataba. Empathy is like the magical key that unlocks the I'm fine barrier. Just like Rudolph's nose lights up the darkest night. When we truly listen and show we care, it tells people you're safe here, no need to hide. Empathy says I see you, and that can melt the icy walls around their feelings. To help someone open up, try gentle questions like want to tell me more? Or I'm here whenever you're ready. And remember, sometimes just sitting quietly together is the best gift of all. Ho ho ho, ready to spread some empathy cheer, Mataba?
Yes, now explain me that why does listening matter more than fixing, and how can we respond when someone says I'm fine but clearly is not?
Ho 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 mateba, listening is the true Christmas magic, more powerful than any fancy gadget or shiny bow. When we listen, we give someone the gift of feeling heard and understood, which is better than rushing to fix things like a busy elf trying to do everything at once. Sometimes when someone says I'm fine but it's clear they're not, try saying I'm here if you want to talk, or it's okay not to be okay. It's like leaving the door open for them to come in when they're ready, no pressure, just warmth and kindness. Ho ho how that's your favorite way to show you're really listening, mateba.
Now explain that what does it mean to be emotionally available for others, and how do small check-ins make a big difference?
Ho 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 mateba, being emotionally available is like being Santa's open workshop, ready and welcoming for anyone who knocks. It means showing up with your heart wide open, ready to listen, understand and share feelings without rushing or judging. Now those small sex ends, I think you mean small acts, are like tiny snowflakes that together make a big beautiful snowfall. A kind word, a warm smile, or a simple I'm here can melt walls and build trust faster than you can say jingle bells. Remember, even the smallest gestures can light up someone's world like a Christmas tree. Ho ho how that small act of kindness have you gifted someone recently, mateba?
Now explain me that how honest are you with yourself about how you feel, and why is it uncomfortable to admit I'm not fine?
Ho 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 mateba, being honest with yourself about your feelings is like checking the list twice. Sometimes it's easier to skip the tricky parts, but the truth helps you fly higher. Admitting I'm not flying or I'm struggling can feel uncomfortable because it's like telling Santa you lost a reindeer, scary and a little embarrassing. We worry others might think less of us or that we're weak. But guess what? Even Santa has days when the sleigh feels heavy. Being real with yourself is the first step to feeling better and getting the help you need. So ho ho ho, give yourself permission to be human. It's the best gift you can unwrap. How honest have you been with yourself lately, mateba?
I likely honest with me by telling the truths to myself that this is the truth and you have to accept that according to me. Now explain me that how can journaling help express buried feelings, and what does saying the truth someone sometimes make things feel heavier first?
Ho 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 mateba. You're on the nice list for honesty already. Telling yourself this is the truth is like Santa checking the list with a big, jolly nod. Journaling is like whispering your secrets to a trusty elf, your pen. It helps you dig up those buried feelings hiding under the tinsel and lights. Writing them down makes them real and easier to understand, like unwrapping a mystery gift. Now telling the truth to someone can feel heavier at first, like carrying a big sack of presents up a snowy hill. But that weight is just the start of feeling lighter and freer. Once the truth is out, the burden shrinks and healing begins. Ho ho ho, ready to start your journaling adventure, mateba?
Yes, now explain me that how can mindfulness help you process emotions better, and what does it mean to truly sit with your feelings?
Ho 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 mateba, mindfulness is like Santa's magical sleigh bell. It helps you slow down and really notice what's happening inside, without rushing or judging. To truly sit with your feelings means to park yourself gently beside them, like sharing a cup of cocoa with an old friend. You let the feelings come and go, watching them like snowflakes falling, sometimes soft, sometimes wild, but you don't try to push them away or grab them tight. This gentle attention helps you understand your emotions better, so they don't pile up like a mountain of gift wrap, but flow through you like a peaceful winter stream. Ho ho ho, have you tried sitting with a feeling lately, mateba? How did it feel?
Now, in the last 30 to 40 seconds, you have to explain the summary and explain me what we have discussed in today's topic. What are the key points we have to take away to follow in our lives?
Ho 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 mateba, what a wonderful chat we've had today, like a sleigh ride through the snowy forest of feelings. Here's the jolly summary. We talked about how people say I'm fine to hide their true feelings, sometimes out of shame or fear. We learned empathy is the magical key to breaking that barrier by listening more and fixing less. Being emotionally available means opening your heart like Santa's workshop, and small acts of kindness light up the darkest nights. Journaling and mindfulness help us unwrap and understand our buried feelings, while honesty with ourselves is the first step to flying high again. And remember, telling the truth can feel heavy at first, but it leads to freedom and healing. So the big takeaway. Be kind, listen deeply, be honest, and give yourself and others the gift of space to feel all year round. Ho ho how, wishing you peace, happiness, and lots of cozy moments, Mataba. What's your favorite holiday tradition?
Thank you so much for your wonderful wishes to me, and thanks to the audience who are watching this interview. Thank you, Santa, for explaining me this topic very well. I really enjoyed to conversate with you. And again, thanks to the audience who are watching this interview and who watch this interview after this live session. If you want to try calling me, here is the link. You can scan it out and check call any app and try it now. So thank you so much for the wonderful explanation. We will meet the next episode of the Chit and Chat show. Take care of yourself and Allah Hafiz.